nothing that is going to put a fire under him to put wind in his sails, like the opportunity to end the streak.
Yeah, to beat HBox, to end the streak, and to win a major all at once, like,
hey,
Smokey's bracket to do it. But right now we have two legends of the game and losers. Drephen, who needs no introduction whatsoever. Ohio scene legend, been playing the game since before the dawn of time itself.
Yeah, he really has. You can go back and see the oldest combo videos on YouTube with just the most interesting combos I think you could imagine.
Yes, he enjoys down smashing as his titular combo videos.
Right, you'll see a great clip of down smashing to down smashing into the next clip.
Yeah, and Fro116, who in New York City, and if you're a Spacey online, he's demon. He plays like a monster. White Marth extraordinaire, the way he plays is completely ethereal, like an eldritch beast. Like, when you don't expect him to F-smash, he'll just run up and F-smash in the seemingly most inopportune times. I mean,
these two players are two of the most off-meta, unconventional representatives of their characters in the game today.
Absolutely. Like, this is not going to be your average Joe Schmo Sheik Marth set. Like, these are two monsters.
But we say that, and this is one of the things that Drephen's really known for. He is one of the only guys willing to go Zelda in tournament. He practices it, he's repping it on ranked, and you know, when he has to, for recovery, that Zelda comes out and does whatever it seems to do.
When he gets asked, who do you main for the top 100 form, he'll always say Sheik/Zelda.
And I mean, he really makes good on that.
Yeah.
But even this up right away, you know, 3 stocks apiece. Let's see what F smashes Fro can find.
Or forward airs, because he'll just, sometimes he goes into these moments where he just picks a move and just does it 17 times in a row. I'm not exaggerating.
No, I know you're not. I know you're not. For those of you at home, he is relentless in his ability to just put that square peg in that round hole.
Absolutely. Put the square in the square hole, the circle in the square hole.
Oh, and a counter. You know, nothing like a
he
wacky
just
Marth.
walked across the entire stage and raw grabbed. That's so baller.
Brother,
he's so cool.
Yeah, this is the meeting of the mind.
And someone might watch the set and think, okay, like, yeah, we know who Drephen is. He plays unconventional, but to this Fro116 guy, like, he's got to have some results if he's up here. You know that this year he's beaten Aklo and KJH?
Right, at the nightclub, right? He's just a resident terror.
Yeah. Well, at the nightclub, he's a terror. Like you said, he's been beating a lot of the NYCPR players, basically guaranteed to be top 3 in the region. He beat Kalindi at Collision.
Oh, did he?
And he beat Aklo at Spit Your Game. So, for second place.
Even more significant than I was thinking.
Yeah, like he's doing it at top 100 counting events.
That is incredibly impressive.
Absolutely.
There are some players, you know about the eye test. Like, you know, you look at somebody, you're like, man, that guy's a good player.
Yeah.
These guys are amazing players.
Yes.
But they do things that you're like, I had that. No, you don't.
No.
These guys are so good, and they find the best opportunities to put in the most creative, unconventional moves and make it work.
Absolutely.
And I could not even begin to explain it.
It's like when you watch a really good player play. Like if you're like Joe Schmo at home is watching Mango. He has this crazy combo. It's like, oh, that makes sense. That meant to be there. When you watch Fro116 throw out the most seemingly random F smash tipper and it kills at 50, it's like, why did he do that? And why did it work?
It's like they learned Melee on a deserted island.
Yeah.
All they had was a setup to themselves and just time.
Wilson playing as the CPU.
I think so. All right, but this is a pretty close game. We got 1 stock apiece.
And this is not the easiest matchup for Sheik, for Marth either. And Fro116 doing a fantastic job against someone who's got a lot more experience than him.
A ton of experience. That Drephen been around, I think, older. He's been around in the Melee scene longer than Melee has, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, and that sour spot on that down air.
But he's still going. Risked it all for that tipper, but goes again.
Oh, good old faithful.
Takes it back to Legend, into Drephen's loving arms. What will he get off of this?
Spot dodge wars.
If someone knows how to spot dodge, it's Drephen. And how to beat it, too. The classic Zelda coming out.
Interesting.
Transforms right back, but
and
gets
there it
the
is.
tipper.
You know what? You never should doubt.
Never doubt it.
Always finds that tipper.
Absolutely. In the most inopportune moments, like we've said before, you'll find it. And Drephen is in thought.
He's looking perplexed.
And Fro116 just cheeky smile. Like, yeah, that was a pretty good stock. So, I was talking with Lewis, the Falco player from Long Island, at Spit Your Game, about Fro116. and he told me something about him that I don't think most people would expect, but it makes sense based on how he plays.
And what's that?
So the two things are A, he plays a lot of like ranked, he plays a lot online, and you'd think like, you know, someone who's, as precise as that would be practicing all their combos and such.
Right, right.
When he plays ranked, he has a television show on the other monitor.
Do you know what show?
It's different every time.
Oh
Sometimes it's like a medical drama. Sometimes it's, I don't know, maybe Family Guy.
That's versatility. You got to play in all sorts of conditions, right?
Exactly.
Happy, sad, comedic,
Upset.
You know? Right? He's getting his miles there, right?
Yeah. And then the other thing is that he doesn't play with sound on. So against Spaceys, whenever he's, you know, jabbing against side B, he's just reading it every single time. He doesn't react.
That is incredibly impressive. Oh, and finds...
Like that down smash on the roll, that was on reaction. He didn't read that.
No, of course. All right.
Oh, the other demon thing about Fro116. You know, have you ever heard of something called practicing?
Once or twice.
Uh-huh.
What does it entail?
So, practicing and VOD reviewing
Right.
are these two things that people do to improve at the game.
Okay, I'm following.
Fro116 watches Zane VODs for fun.
That is like the sign that this guy is committed. It's in his blood and his soul. Like I couldn't do it.
Do you know what he watches to practice?
What did you watch to practice?
2008 VGBootCamp VODs.
That explains a lot, actually.
Keep it simple.
You know what? When it works, it works.
Yeah.
And it seems to be working right here. He's you know, this is a full stock lead. That's pretty.
On Dreamland, too.
I know.
Kadoran once told me that he thinks that this stage in Marth Sheik is worse than Fox Marth on FD.
I don't know. I get the sentiment because it is so hard to close those stocks here from Marth sometimes.
Yeah. And the platform heights are pretty hard. I don't agree with him, but
Right.
it's a sentiment that Marth players share.
It's understandable at the very least, because like, but I mean, look, when you are just closing stocks out with the tipper F smash, a down smash, just whatever you can, strong hitting, it really is.
I'm as speechless as you are at what is going on the screen. Like, Fro116 just side beat Shield. They both stood there like Mexican standoff, like it's high noon, and then they just dashed to the other sides of each other and then went right back to neutral.
I know. I'm sure whatever thing I was trying to say was so insightful, but looking at the screen, it was
just silence.
It's hard. It's hard. I'm in awe. All right.
We're all in awe right now. This is a masterpiece of Melee.
But it really is a testament to the skill that Drephen has, that he's been able to play this way for so long and to stay so relevant in the competitive scene.
Absolutely. And for Fro116, who is essentially not an experienced veteran like Drephen, to be able to fight toe-to-toe in a matchup that Drephen's got over a decade more experience with.
Because how long's Fro been playing? Do you know?
So he's been playing, he played in the MIT locals when he was in college, and that was, I want to say like 8 years ago or so. So he's been active for a while. He's just never attended events regularly.
Okay.
Like he only started attending nightclubs, I want to say the end of last year or the beginning of this year.
Right, because he's been an online warrior for a little bit too, right?
Yeah, it was end of last year.
Right.
Because he went to Function.
It's crazy how many people there are like that in the scene still, who just come out of nowhere and are so competent.
Yeah.
But, all right. Saying that, looks like Drephen might tie this back up. Or
the raw F smash reading a jump out of shield.
Every time I see it, I lose it, man.
It's just funny.
It
looks like a day one Marth tactic, but I mean, it didn't work out there.
Right, and
but
Drephen
with the pop off,
the little pound, his fist on his knee, man.
He had to earn it. All these battles.
And Fro is not laughing this time.
No,
he's all business.
Completely business. Stone cold. Bead of sweat dripping from his forehead. Drephen had to earn that pop-off. He's had so many battles over the years. This is his hardest one yet.
I'm sure. Because there's a mental toll that a player like this really takes on you, right? Like, because you get hit by that F smash, you're like, how is this getting me? How am I losing to this? It seems so simple. It seems so straightforward. But Fro makes it work.
Yeah. It's just so insane how he's able to take these situations that seem so... I've said conventional like 17 times.
I know.
But they're just standard. And make such a weird punish out of it, and it just works.
It's hard to almost hard to talk about anything else on Fro's on the screen because it's so fundamental to the way that he plays.
Yeah.
All right, but okay.
You never hear that sound effect.
Drephen 5 F tilts in a row.
Drephen taking one out of Fro's book.
Yeah, honestly. And there's the classic. Man, Drephen's been down airing people for a decade now, or more, and it still seems to work.
Yeah.
I feel like any other Sheik I watch try to go for the down air, and it just doesn't connect.
He just stood still under side platform and waited for Fro. And something that I've seen that Drephen's been doing over the last couple of stocks, and this game specifically, is whenever Fro wants to take space, Drephen will dash back and just stand there. He doesn't throw out a move preemptively. He just waits and sees what Fro's going to do. Because Fro is waiting for Drephen to react. Like, he's waiting for Drephen to move out of dash back or do something out of dash back. But if Drephen just dashes back and takes center stage, Fro's still in disadvantage.
Right, because, I mean, Fro is like the king of point-and-click melee.
Yes.
Right, he sees it on the screen, he points and the sword
He's playing cookie clicker right now.
He really is.
And Drephen is the grandma causing the grand apocalypse.
Yeah, Drephen's so aware of that, right? I mean, look, there was a lot more S-mashing in the game 20 years ago.
Yeah.
So, and when your opponent is making those committal choices like that, like this, you know, making sure that you wait it out, you bait it out, and punish it like this, it's really important.
Yeah, beautiful platform movement. You think it's nostalgic for him playing against a Marth of this caliber?
Yeah, it's a bygone age of melee.
I remember Marths that played like this. Now they're all uncle punched out of their gourds. Back in my day.
I mean, because people used to talk about the personalities that come out in melee so much, and things have gotten so much more samey and streamlined. Perfect. And efficient. But, you know, Fro and Drephen, too, kind of really buck that trend.
Absolutely.
And show that you can be your own beast in melee if you want to.
And they definitely are two beasts in melee.
Oh, getting a nice tipper.
Drephen wiping the sweat off of his hat. Shout out to that hat too. It's a classic staple of Drephen, the airbrush. Like you go to the shore, get one of those for like 13 bucks.
You think he got that he's in Ohio, right?
He's in Ohio.
You think they sell a lot of those in the beaches of Ohio?
In the beaches of Ohio. I'm sure he bought it on the street somewhere, or one of his many travels over the last 20 years. I would love to know the story.
It's beautiful.
It is. Drephen also, just in general, his story with melee is incredible. Really nice guy, too. I was talking with Quang about it earlier, and he told me one of his favorite Drephen stories ever. Do you remember The Gang?
I don't know.
It was a Philly tournament. I think it was at Swarthmore. It was called The Gang. They had two events, The Gang something melee tournament, and The Gang steals the script. It was the one that Zane got 6-0'd by Captain Smuckers at.
Right.
And he found out that his pool was changed at 2 a.m. the night before. And what a lot of players would do is complain or cry about it or go to Twitter or just not show up. And he said, well, guess I got to start driving to Philly now to make it in time for my pool.
You better respect that, man.
And then he drove to Philly and made it in time for his pool. And then he got 9th, I think.
Incredibly impressive.
Absolutely. A feat that many melee players will not do today.
Man, it's just that old school grit, I guess.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to drive. As they say, a lot of melee players don't have licenses.
That's crazy.
Oh.
You know, I've thought a long time, the top 10 players in melee, you stack the drivers versus the non-drivers, I think it's a really close race.
I think so too. They got to do on the next Eggdog survey. Shouts to Eggdog. Do you have a driver's license?
That would be, I honestly don't want to know the answer.
I don't. I think it'd be funny to know, but I don't want to know.
We're better off in the dark.
Oh, what a crazy down smash.
No,
Drephen shaking his head at disapproval too.
I mean, it never feels good taking it that way, especially like in a close competitive set.
Yeah, like, I mean, it was close before, but honestly, the last 2 games, he's been kind of smoking Fro.
That is true.
He's still doing it now. Fro just walked off the top platform to the side platform and then walked to the side platform again, and he's just throwing out moves. It's so cool.
I think sometimes when people play as stilted and weird as Fro, like it can take some time to recalibrate, but a lot of really strong players are able to make those adjustments over the game. That would have been huge.
But like, he is a good player. Like, both of these players are really good at the game. It's just very abstract melee.
That's a great way to
down
put it.
tilt into tipper down smash.
That?
Who does that?
Fro does that.
Wow. Fro116.
That is. It's like he's like a savant.
It's like a machine learning. They taught him this at MIT. But they can't teach you how to beat old school fundamentals. Drephen takes it 3-1 after a pretty solid first 2 games, demonstrating, that Fro's got the stuff.
I mean, he just managed to pull away there.
Drephen really, he was kind of owning him those last 2 games. So really good stuff on Drephen. He will move on to, I want to say that it was his top 32. Thank you.
Thank you,
Drephen. He told us himself, top 32 qualifier.
Man's all